Hello. Good afternoon.
Hello, hi Henry, hi Fiona.
Hi.
Hello. Hi, everyone.
All right. It's another Saturday afternoon. Wow. We have like 40 over participants.
Oh, nice.
All right. So let me have the honor to welcome everyone. All right. Once again to our Jalim Realty webinar on this Saturday. Well, I hope you are find yourself in the right place. And then today we are fortunate to have someone with us. She's Fionna Chuah. She's the relationship manager of developer Glenview Developments. And for those friends that has been following us, we have been talking about this beautiful featured development for the last couple of weeks. And today we are really fortunate to have Fionna to come online with us to share more and to introduce to our customers. And Fionna, want to say hi?
Awesome. Hi, thank you. It is actually my honor to be here. This is really exciting.
All right. So before we start proper, maybe we have a bit. Just give us a couple more minutes. I'm like looking at the stock market. Like the numbers are increasing. Number of people are joining us on this webinar. All right. So while we wait, maybe this is our various platforms on the social media. So please take some time. QR codes you can scan. Please do follow us. Like us. On Facebook, Instagram. We also have a YouTube channel that you can also watch the videos that we uploaded. And by following us, you get all the various updates, that what's happening in Australia, what's happening in the property market. You get some updates on the webinars as well. All right. And Jeff is based in Jalim, in Malaysia, from Jalim, Malaysia. How's the weather there?
Yeah, I think it's quite hot for the past 1 week. Yeah, so me and Henry has been doing this, I think, for a couple of weeks now. So I think today is good that we have Fionna to share with us more in deep regarding on the feature development. Yeah.
Right. Definitely.
Oh, you guys should be so jealous of me. My weather here is perfect. Today is 18 degrees Celsius and it's sunny.
Wow, nice. I miss Melbourne already. It's like for the last 3 years I've not been to Melbourne with the shutdown and everything, the pandemic.
Oh.
Okay, this slide is just I'm just showing is a disclaimer for our presentation today. All right. So maybe just a quick intro while we still wait for more friends to join us. So basically today's agenda will be similar but also different. While we have some surprise for our friends. We're going to introduce to our new friends who are not really know us, who we are, what we do, and why are we still talking about Australia now? Is Australia still one of the destination hotspots? How about Melbourne being one of the major cities in Australia? And then who is Glenview? I may not even heard of Glenview. Who are they? What do they do? What are they going to do with this today's features? The featured development. All right, and then we're going to zoom into the interiors, the project. All right, so this is basically the agenda for today. So I think shall we start?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so maybe we start by playing our corporate video. So just to let our new friends to get to know us better. All right.
总部位于澳大利亚墨尔本的佳宁国际是一家专注于房地产服务的专业机构。创立至今的30多年来，佳宁国际以德为本，以诚立身，辛勤耕耘，积累了丰富的房产物业投资经验，足迹遍布了澳大利亚、中国、新加坡、马来西亚、印尼、文莱和香港等国家和地区。30多年来，佳宁始终坚持着公司的愿景与理念，以职业道德为价值观，帮助每一位客户成功置业澳洲。
嘉联国际地产公司能从马来西亚、印度尼西亚、新加坡、澳大利亚和中国持续成长30多年，是全靠嘉联长期坚持公司的理念和愿景而来。嘉联是个专业的服务公司，我们的平台是通过房地产这个渠道，制造许多实际与可靠的机会与大家分享，让大家生活变得更美好。
Our core values are derived from the word ethics, and we break it into excellence in performance, teamwork among our employees, honesty in our business dealings, integrity and innovation in our actions, commitment towards our work, and sincere relationship.
与澳洲数百家开发商均有着长期而稳定的友好合作，其代理的众多地产项目遍布悉尼、墨尔本、布里斯班、黄金海岸、珀斯等首府城市。优越的地段、舒适便捷的生活环境、具有竞争力的价格，每一个项目都经过筛选。成熟的团队和后期服务部门，也为嘉宁的客户提供了舒心的投资体验。客户的认可是对嘉宁最大的鼓励。每一位嘉宁人将始终坚持嘉宁的愿景与理念，不断提高自身专业水平和服务，祝您更加安心的置业澳洲。嘉宁国际，圆您澳洲梦。
We are Jialing Melbourne. We are Jialing Shanghai.
We are Jialing Beijing.
We are Jialing Singapore. We are Jialing Jakarta.
We are Jialing Malaysia.
We are Jialing Malaysia.
All right, hope you get to know us a bit better. So just a quick one through again who we are. So Jialing Realty, we are actually a privately owned property marketing agency. Well, we have offices definitely in Singapore, in Malaysia, in Indonesia, in China as well, and our latest office is in Hong Kong. And we do have our office in Melbourne, Australia as well. All right, and then over the years, our boss, Mr. Yan Chen, actually set up this Jialing Realty. Over the years, what we have actually been through is no longer just sales and marketing or just selling. Because ultimately, end of the day, we have the other part to take care of it, as in investors and owners are asking us, hey, look, Henry and Jeff, after the completion of my project, who's going to help me to find tenants? Who's going to help me manage my property? And then ultimately, who's going to help me, sell my property in the resale market, in due time? So all this is, for us to really provide end-to-end solutions to our customers. We have our office in Australia, Melbourne. All right, as you can see in this end-to-end solutions, we are actually having this, this circle going around from marketing, sales, to we help clients to settle the property as well, property management as mentioned, and resale portion of it. And we do have these resources that with our long time working partners with legal. So any legal questions, you can check with us. And of course, myself and our team, we are not lawyers. We disclaim from that. We are not lawyers, but we can bring your questions to those lawyers. If you have any tax questions, we have also relationship with this tax accountant as well. All right. So this is basically who we are, Jialing Realty in a nutshell. All right. So without to introduce more about Australia and Melbourne and why is it still now looking in investing into Melbourne, Australia, I would like to invite Jeff.
Hi, thank you, Henry. Yeah. So I think this is one of the favorite questions from our client to understand more about why they should look into Australia and look into Melbourne instead. Yeah. So some of our clients that they know this very well, and I think for today, so this is very important for some of our new clients, so new follower. So this is why the Australia is always the right choice for overseas investment. So first thing first is the currency. So Australia currency at the moment, I think is a very stable currency. So a lot of our clients is used to diversify their portfolio. So this is one thing. Currency is a very important criteria for them to look into. And at the moment, like other countries like in Singapore, in Canada, Australia is also the few AAA credit rating country in the world. So there are a lot of stability of government, tax and law in Australia. So this is one of the most important criteria when you're looking for investment. And Australia is always safe, clean, and top destination for tourists, and it attracts a lot of business opportunity. Yeah, and with all this business growth and opportunity, they come with a lot of demand in population growth. So every year there are a lot of population growth in Australia itself. And later I will share more about the population growth in Melbourne instead. And capital growth is always strong and consistent throughout the year for the past 50, 60 years in Australia. So it comes with a consistent high rental and also growth yield. So this is very appealing for property investment. And most importantly is also it is one of the world-class education destination for a lot of overseas students, like in Malaysia, in Singapore. A lot of our clients send their children for education in Australia itself. And Australia also don't have any death or inheritance tax at the moment. So this is favorable for investment. And okay, so talk about education. So as you can see, there are more than 20 universities in Australia. They are ranking top 100 university in the world. So in Melbourne itself, you can see in the top university in Melbourne is University of Melbourne, and will be IMIT and also Monash University as well. You can see all this is in the ranking. So this is why also it is so popular for overseas students to go into the Australia to have further study in the university, in college as well. Yeah. And okay, so we focus in more on Melbourne property. So why we always in deep on Melbourne property is the best investment opportunity at the moment also. Because you can see here, it ranked world most livable city from 2011 to 2017, and then it's second since then, only topped by Vienna. So this is one of the favorable cities that actually a lot of people migrate and also further study in the world. So you can see only in Melbourne itself, there are more than 120 new residents added in to Melbourne every year for the past 5 years. But it affected during last year, during the pandemic, but they are still estimated the population will be bigger than Sydney by 2026. So once everything will become stable, I think they will be still the faster growing city in Australia itself. So the growth require actually more than 45,000 during each year. So this is very important for property sectors because population growth is one of the most key factor for properties, and also it drives the national economic growth with world-class education, healthcare, construction, and infrastructure. So when we look at this, actually we always look at the building approval to accommodate the population growth. Yeah. So you can see here because during last year, even before last year pandemic, actually the building number of approval, it has come down since 2018, 2019. So that with last year pandemic, actually the current market is turning around because a lot of undersupplying increasing due to the COVID. Yeah. So and one of the few criteria is also auction clearance rate is above 80% consistently in Melbourne itself. So this is one of the indications that actually we can look at how's the local market is doing, and also the vacancy rate in Australia in Melbourne itself also is as low as 1.6% consistently pre-COVID period. Yeah. So this is a few indication that why Melbourne property is so hot and also favorable for all of the investors. Yeah, you can see here. Okay, so this is the estimation that the Australia most populous city by 2051. So you can see estimated population in Victoria itself will reach more than 10 million people. So with infrastructure uplift that actually the Victoria government have put in to build the infrastructure, the transportation. So you can see that they have put in more than 13.7 billion to build the future infrastructure. So why this is always important, because we always look at pie, which is P for population growth, and then infrastructure uplift, and then employment opportunity. So these three important criteria is always favorable for property investment. So in Melbourne, you can see these are the few major infrastructure that Victoria government have put in, which is the railroad, suburban railroad, and then airport rail ring linking from the Melbourne Turamari Airport to Melbourne CBD, and also the metro tunnel. So all this will be, the metro tunnel will be completed in 2025, which is just 2 to 3 years later. And then the rest will be completing in the near future in 10 to 20 years time. And so this is to show you what is really happening at the moment after a tough last year during the pandemic. And this is the data actually starting from this year. You can see that actually the property value has increased starting from January this year. Generally compiled all the major cities in Australia, it increased 10.3% up to August this month. Yeah, so you can see at the Melbourne itself, it increased 8.5% beginning from January until up to date now. And also there are some recent articles I read, actually ANZ Bank also predicted actually there are about 20% increase in the property value up to by next year, 2022. Yeah. So this is one of the good indication that actually you can look how is the Australia property market is doing at the moment. And I think the resale market is doing very strong indeed after starting from this year. They are picking up. So this is what's happening now. And you can see the property price in Melbourne itself, the median pricing. So this is one of the indication you can look at. The median house price has surpassed 1 million just recently. Yeah. So you can see that there's a sharp increase during this beginning of this year, January until current up to date. Yeah. So the first one is the median house price up to 1 million. Even the medium unit apartment pricing is up to close to 700,000 at the moment. Yeah. Okay. So so from here, so then I will pass back to Henry. So Henry will share with us more about why Alphington, the feature project we are sharing about today.
All right, thank you, Jeff.
Yeah.
So I'm going to introduce this suburb, Alphington. All right, this Alphington, when we do our due diligence, our research, right, it's kind of not many people heard about it. All right, but the moment when I mentioned to my clients is near to Kew, it's near to Ivanhoe, Horton, where all the good private schools, top schools are located. All they know is on the eastern suburb, you know. So Alphington is kind of like under the radar. Not many people heard about it, but it's definitely located in one of the top area on the eastern side of Melbourne. So Alphington is also going to be known as the new or the Australia's first Tesla town. All right, more on that point. And one of the most sought after suburb in Melbourne as well. Now we do our research. One of the medium house prices, it is still in the multi-million suburbs. All right, in Australia, in Melbourne. So for Alphington, it's about 1.755 million, whereas comparing to the surrounding suburbs, the nearby suburbs is at least more than 2 millions and above. All right, and the good thing about Alphington is just located about 6 to 7 kilometers from the Melbourne CBD. So getting to and fro between the city and Alphington is actually definitely very easy through train, through buses. All right, and there's also other areas, public amenities like the Austin Healthcare. All right, it's located just 15 minutes away. And there's also this Parkview Employment Cluster. Now, this is something that I'm going to take a minute or two to explain that a lot of people may have this misconception that, oh, these locals, they are staying in the suburbs, they have to always travel to the city. No, not entirely true. Because in the city, yes, there are employment like the IT, bankers, lawyers, accountants, but not forgetting for Australia, for Melbourne, there's also the other industry as well. We are talking about the logistics, the warehouse, import, export. So all those are actually located outside city, and the Australian government actually put them, in this area like an employment cluster. So these are the places where people also get to work, and not forgetting the local services, because you also need the educators, the principals, the staff for the schools, for the local services, the barista and so on and so forth, all right, and also the hospital staff as well, all right. Alphington also have also clocked a vacancy rate of 1.3, which anything that's below 3% is actually indicating a very good demand suburb, all right. And the market, as mentioned, of the medium house price is about 36% lower than comparing with the other suburbs, all right. So that's definitely one of the highlights to show that there's actually potential capital growth in the future. All right. So this is just a very simple graph, very short timeline between the last 2 years, but you can see from 2019, although we keep mentioning about COVID-19 pandemic, but the local market is still pretty active. The auction rates are high. There are a lot of transaction changing hands in the market. So the price ultimately are still growing. All right. And this is one of the slides that is summing up about the surrounding suburbs. As you can see, Alphington in the middle, 1.75 million. But compared to the other neighboring suburb, it's definitely much growth, potential growth in there. All right. So if you are looking for a good investment piece, we have something that today, and we're going to talk about it much more later on. All right. And to give another insights of this Alphington, the demographics. All right, so basically the average age is very middle age, 30 to 40 years old. All right, and then the household size is still typical of 2.5. I think again, what through my time with Jarlene and also selling Australian properties, I came to know that even the Australia household size, right, is quite similar to Asian. It has been kind of reducing, all right, like Singapore, like even Japan, it's been reducing. We used to have like 4 or 5 children running around, but now it's only like 1 to 3 children in the household. All right, so Alphington is a very smaller suburb, population of just over 5,000. All right, and almost close to 60% holds a very good working status. All right, as mentioned, both working the CBD as well as the nearby employment clusters. All right, you can also see that the weekly household income is about over 2,000. So that's already close to 50% higher than the average of the entire Victoria. All right, and also I have got this common question from clients: who are the people staying in this area, in this Alphington? All right, maybe our customers have heard of Box Hill. They are very popular with the Chinese community. Heard of Richmond, very popular with Vietnam community. But this Alphington and the surrounding suburbs, they are all very high, 75%. Local Australians are actually living over there. All right. So this again a quick glance at this house and unit gap. So besides comparing the houses in the area, we also look at the houses price. So this gap between the house median price and the unit house price, right, is close to 160% high. All right, but the reducing of the affordability of houses, all right, so also driving, meaning that a lot of and due to the nature of the smaller household, we also see the trend of people taking up, buying into units, staying in the suburbs, in such a suburbs, in all these location. All right. So I believe we have a next video to show to you. So this is going on Yarra Bend. All right, Jeff, maybe you can help me out here.
As the name of the development alludes to, we're located on the banks of the Yarra in Alphington, only 6.5 kilometres from the CBD. Founded on 6 visionary pillars of technology, sustainability, food and entertainment, health and wellness, knowledge, plus art and design, Yarra Bend is where nature meets the city.
All right, that's just a very quick teaser on the project, and I'd like to welcome back Fionna. All right, who's going to tell us a little bit more at her end. Hi, Fionna.
Thank you so much, Henry. Thank you. So okay, I'm Fionna, and I'm the relationship manager of Glenview Developments. So I have been doing this for the past 16 years, but as comparing to this company, I'm just like a baby because Glenview has been doing this for more than 60 years. So what is important about our company is we stay true to our principles and beliefs, and you don't believe it, okay? Less than 5% turnover of staff in this company. It's so rare. Less than 5% I'm talking about. And 1/3 of our company's staff, they are working here more than 9 years. So imagine, it shows something, 60 over years experience, and these people are working here and not leaving because we are a really good company, if you can tell. So so I think no matter what, buying a property, not only looking at the best location, is also, buying from the right developer. So we have got the right track record when we have gotten more than 100 awards. So many awards that I lost count sometimes. My boss also lost count. So and we are local expert in Melbourne market. We don't only do multi-residential like this. We also do like very high-end customized homes, home and land packages. So we have got a lot of experience to deliver the right product to people, and we are not cookie cutters. We always have something special when we try to deliver something. So I think this is why we also pick Jarlene, because Jarlene also like long term in this industry. Believe it or not, okay, I started working with Jarlene 10 years ago. It shows how old am I, right? And secret, can I tell people? Yeah. So we do believe in good and right match when it comes to this. So Jarlene has got the right principle, the right way to service the customers. That's why we think we are a good match. So maybe we can, Henry, you can show them what the next most important thing is. A lot of people, when they see pictures, they say that, oh, Fionna, now the picture looks so good. Later, is it gonna be as good or not? Henry, show them.
I think to address that, I would say it's even better. So as what Fionna was saying, that we always show when it comes to buying off the plan, we only show pictures. But in over here in one part of Yarra Bend development, this is not a new master plan. All right, yes, actually in progress and is still ongoing, and they already have residents moving in and staying there. All right, and this apartment is called the completed apartment is Parkview Apartments. So you can see.
I need to add in, Henry. I
Yes.
really need to stop you there. We are not only 100% sold. Of course, we have got one available. That's it. But we have got a wait list of people want to rent into these apartments. Believe it or not.
and may I ask how many are waiting?
Oh wow!
Long list.
A long list. So what we tell people is, can you please wait, because maybe I've got new ones completing soon that I can rent it to you. So when it come, a lot of people thought that all these people renting in Australia, they are all students. No, all these people are actually professionals, young couples that want to live somewhere nice and convenient, but not in the city. Living in the city is really, really different. You don't enjoy, because Yarra Bend is nature meets city. We have got everything, and it's clean, it's well planned, it's really everybody's choice.
I think that also brings me a point where also some of my customers also ask that question, as in buying to property, who's going to rent? Is there people renting? How much rent they are paying? I think all these are all goes into what we call rentability of the project. So our advice, to customers is, when you look into buying to any properties, consider all these points. And definitely Yarra Bend has all these check boxes tick. There are long, people are actually, queuing up, waiting to really, find themselves living there, staying there, playing there, working nearby, from there. Yeah, so it's really a very good project to consider. All right. So as we move on, we want to also introduce, what exactly is this Yarra Bend? It's like, some customer may have heard of it, some may not heard of it. All right. But basically, as also understand that beside Melbourne being the, arts and culture, besides sports, education, right? They really like to maintain their, the heritage culture of it. So in this area, Yarra Bend in Elphington, it was once a paper mill back in the early 1920s. All right, until the late 2012. So Glenview actually bought this site and really look into developing to improve the land into both residential as well as the commercial aspect of it. So it's not just commercial. So later on, we're going to tell you more on that. And as Glenview, bought this 14 hectare site, right? So they're going to build on this 6 visionary pillars. They're going to include technology, the latest technology, the knowledge they have acquired over the 60 years. They're going to bring in what everybody's favorite, pastime, which is eating, with all the food and entertainment. How about we talk about the health and wellness? There's also the art and design and sustainability as well. So the master plan also actually includes apartments, townhouses, loft, house and land, and also the commercial aspect of it. So this is also another part of site history. Fiona, is there anything that I missed out you want to share with our fans? What is so good about this?
Oh wow, that's like actually you have you have mentioned all the right thing. A lot of people, they know about Ivanhoe, they know about Kew. These are all multi-million dollars properties. Why people never heard of Elphington? Simply because this used to be a huge paper mill. It took up a lot of space, but now since we bought it, we slowly develop it. So because we have got such big piece of land, we can actually plan properly. It's a master plan. Everything will be beautiful, landscape, and clean and well planned. So you don't have this a problem whereby when you buy a property, you don't know what's gonna build next to you. Maybe a 50 stories building. But here, people love it is because it's predictable. You buy into something, you know what's gonna happen, and you know you're gonna be happy.
All right, yes. Cool. All right, so to give overview on the location. So Yarra Bend is actually located not very far. It's only 450 meters. I even checked on the Google site. It takes about under 10 minutes, depending on your walking speed. The nearest train station, Elphington train station, where nearby there is also the other shopping hubs, and also surrounding you have the education. We just named two over here, Elphington Grammar School and Ivanhoe Grammar School, but there are a lot more other schools for the children. All right. There's also the healthcare, as mentioned. There's the Austin Health Precinct. I believe is towards the northeast area, whereas St. Vincent's Hospital is towards the south of the project. And surrounding it, the public amenities, we have the golf courses, and of course the Australians, the locals love the open space, the parks, and to bring their children, their family out, to enjoy the open space. And if I'm also not wrong, I think just beside Yarra Bend, there is this Elphington Bowl as well, and some other public amenities. Am I right, Fiona?
Yes. So, Henry, we have got 13 schools within 3 kilometers.
Okay.
Yes, 13 schools. So when you say 13 schools, what school are those? So it depends. You want to pay for the school or not. So if we're talking about state school, the state school is only 5 minutes walk across the park. And this state school is a really good school naturally because we are located next to Kew and Ivanhoe. When the area is good, the school is good. And on top of that, the government already pumped in $14.5 million to expand to the school so that all our future children can go into that school. So and of course, if you have a lot of money to spend, like $100,000 a year to spend on private school, I've got a long list for you if you want.
That reminds me of one area in Singapore. I'm not sure our Malaysian friends heard of it. Is Bukit Timah in Singapore, right?
Yes.
Good schools near to nature reserve in Bukit Timah in Singapore. All right. So now we go deeper. All right. Overview of Yarra Bend development. So as what Fiona actually mentioned, it is a carefully master plan development. All right, it's going to the entire master plan is going to anticipated to complete, in the next coming years very soon. All right, and what's going to include is there are not just buildings and houses. It's going to come with multiple parks in there as well, as mentioned, because the locals really like the outdoor space. All right, and what the developer put in is really provide a free Wi-Fi access to the residents. All right, so that they always stay connected. All right, there's also you'll find that Yarra Bend is actually along part of the Yarra River, so a 300-meter of it. There's a frontage, very on the southern side of the Yarra Bend Development. All right, there is also a shopping village inside this featured development. All right, just now I mentioned about the shopping hub on the near to train station or the retail areas outside Yarra Bend. You don't have to go so far. You have a choice of your own shopping village within the development itself. All right, and what Glenview did was also bring along this curator, Mr. Scott Pickett, as the really this chef. All right, as in that is going to feature this food hub, artisan food hub in this Yarra Bend. I believe Australians and as well as many people also enjoy good food, happy times with families and friends. All right, and on top of that, the developer also put it in a wellness center that actually features gyms, pools. All right, later we'll have more details on that. There's also coming with the concierge with the smartphone where you want to book all these facilities within the master plan. You can do everything, all this through the app, right? And there's also a tech concierge. If you have any IT problems, you can call them up. And we also mentioned about this pandemic or even co-working spaces between businesses, between offices. They also provide this this business hub. All right, there is this co-working space where you can book the meeting rooms, to meet your co-workers, so on. No need to travel too far away from where you stay. All right, and the sustainability is really the green energy, the green aspect of it is they actually collect rainwaters to kind of recycle. I can't get into the technical part of it, but it's really really talk about this. How should I call it? Well, it's kind of, I think Singapore also, I can only reference very quickly to Singapore as in we also takes a lot of ways, methods to really save energy, to really save, the water. So it really, maybe this part I need, Fionna, your help to.
I need to jump in, okay? Because I am into all this, because, I've been living here for a long time and people always talk about it. So Yarra Bend is 6.5-star energy rating. Why 6.5 stars? So we have got elements like solar panels, rainwater tanks. What are the rainwater tanks for? Of course, other than flushing your toilets, also to irrigate the common area. That saves a lot of water as well. So we have got all our windows are enforced double glaze. Why enforced double glaze? Not only to help you to have this soundproofing, but also to keep the heat in, so you don't waste your energy. Everything is at its highest efficiency. And of course, we have got Tesla charging stations.
Yep.
Some of the house and then we've got garage. In their garage has got their own Tesla charging station.
Cool.
And of course, randomly around in this master plan, we also have charging station that you can use. And all our lights are LED down lights. So there's a lot of elements depending which precinct you buy in. But bottom line is we are 6.5-star energy rating, and a quarter of Yarra Bend, their parklands, they're all green. Imagine 25% is green.
So this Tesla charging concept is would it be the first in Melbourne, Fionna?
Yes, that's why we are called the Tesla town. You see, so we are so-called the most livable suburb by 2025.
All right, cool. Okay, let's move on. This is a quick glance of the master plan. All right, later Fionna will dive deeper into it. All right, as you can see, 14 hectares of this site. All right, on the top corner, we have the top right corner, we have the Alphington Village. That's the shopping center. All right, you have a lot of anchor tenants like the Coles, LD. There's also the community center, the childcare centers. all right, and a couple of retail stores in there as well. All right, and we have on the wellness center is actually on the top left hand side. All right, I believe the color is brown. All right, with the amphitheater. The rest of the color is color coded. It's all like residential. We have a mix of the house and land, which is I believe is fully sold out. The other phases of the townhouses are sold out, but currently we are going to feature 2 current release, which is today we're going to talk about Cubic House Apartments, which is just beside the Alphington Village on the left, and Yarra Park Townhouse that is on the bottom of this master plan of the shopping village. All right, but we're going to talk about more on Cubic House. All right. Okay, so a quick introduction of the amenities as mentioned. The Health and Wellness Center actually features the indoor-outdoor swimming pool. Well, there's also onsen spas as well, yoga room, techno gym, virtual studio, massage room, state of the art. All these you can book through the app, as I mentioned. All right, I got one customer asked me, do I need to pay for all this? I believe there is no membership subscription to all this, but you know, sometimes when I chit-chat with my customers, if let's say you need to engage a masseuse or a gym trainer, then probably you have to pay for that. If not, all this, there is no actually membership. It's all factored into the outgoings. All right, as earlier on, Fionna mentioned about the 6.5 stars, green rating, the sustainability really also brings down the cost of the outgoings. All right, and a quick intro look into the work hub. The business and entertainment center, there's, so as mentioned, there's bookable meeting rooms, there's a co-working workspaces. All right, there's also barbecue area and a fire pit, which I didn't mention, but is there. 2 private dining rooms you can book as well. All right, there's also a private cinema, and also not forgetting, as mentioned, the parks, open space parks with the Wi-Fi access. All right, and all these are actually found in the Artisan Precinct, where Cubic House is located. All right, and also the food hub, also in Artisan Precinct. All right, so this is Mrs. Scott Pickett. So that's the restaurant of, going to feature some of the good food establishments, F&B, alfresco dining. All this can be found in the Artisan Central Precinct. All right. So Alphington Village, so it's also be staged to be complete by end of 2022. That's next year, if not early 2023. The shopping hub includes the Coast supermarket, LD, medical center, childcare center, fitness first, and other retail stores as well. All right, so this is just the image of the shopping village. All right, so I think we are very, very excited. I want to get Fionna back in to join us. We have something new to show to our friends. All right, so I'm going to hand over to Fionna.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. So I'm going to introduce you to the Cubic House. Let's go to, I'll need to share screen quickly. Let me do this. Oops. All right. All right. So, Henry, am I doing the right thing? Can you see my screen?
Yes, you're fine.
Oh, all right, thank you. Yeah, so I know Henry already went through. Yeah, thank you. So Henry already introduced the whole master plan. Also, but I still want to quickly, describe the orientation. So if you look at the river right here, is the southern part of the master plan, and this is the northern side of it, Heidelberg Road, and this is the eastern part, and this is the eastern, and this is the western. So the western part is the one that towards the CBD. So when we purchase this whole piece of land, so what is being planned right here is, if you look at this site, this is going to be the retirement village coming in, a really high-end R-Care right here coming in, and this is the shopping mall. So this shopping mall is whereby you can go to your grocery, we've got childcare, we've got medical practitioners, you want to see your doctors there. There are 12 medical rooms right there, and offices for lease. And of course, if you want to go to your quick lunch, McDonald's, food court, this is where you should go to. But of course, if you want to go to a nice higher class Sunday brunch, then you should go to this food precinct right here when I zoom in. So Cubic House is just right here, walking distance to the shopping mall and walking distance to the food precinct. So this food precinct, what Henry had mentioned, our food ambassador is Scott Pickett. So who is Scott Pickett? Scott Pickett is actually a Michelin star restaurant owner. So he's going to help us to bring in the right people. So it will be not like, any restaurant or any cafes, because we are not selling the retail. So these retail are on the ground floor. We are not selling of any of the retail because we want to control so that the right people are coming in. I'm a bakery lover, so I'm hoping he will bring in a gourmet baker, a wine shop, a few nice cafes and restaurants to be coming in here. So this is right next to Artisan Park. So what is Artisan Park? Artisan Park is not only an ordinary park, it's this a park whereby during warmer months, you have farmers market. I love fresh food, fresh produce. So you can actually come here. So I think the other important thing is a lot of people ask, oh, wow, the master plan is so big, 14 hectares. Are there any people living in here or not? Am I going to be the first one buying and no one here? So that is totally a misconception. Actually, if you look at this part of it, these are all house and land. So what happened was it was sold within 5 hours, not 5 days, not 5 months. It was sold within 5 hours. Hundreds of people queued up to buy the properties here. And it was completed 2 years ago, settled 2 years ago, and they're all settled in, live in. So these are people staying here. And these are the townhouses here as well. Townhouses also 100% sold and fully delivered 2 years ago. And this was the Parkview apartments that we were talking about, completed in December last year. And then that is the one that with a wait list to lease or to rent. Yeah, so this is all the people already live here, which is a quite mature estate if you look at it. So what are happening here, right here? So this is, we call it the Mills Precinct. These are the townhouses. So these townhouses, again, they are all 100% sold and they are completing in 3 months' time. So they are, and the common question is, are these investors or are these owner-occupiers? I understand why you need to know, because you don't want too many investors and nobody living there. I can tell you the whole precinct here, 75 to 80%, they are all owner-occupiers. A lot of them, they thought that they want to buy to invest, but at the end, it's too nice to rent it out. They rather move here, live here, and rent out their old house. Yeah. So of course, the river is just right here. If you look at the distance, people think that, wow, it's so far away from the river. Actually not far. If you look at it, one end to the other end is only 1 kilometer. That's it. If you live here, 600 km walk, 10 minutes walk, and you go down to the river. Too easy. And the bus station is just everywhere because these are all major roads. And the train station is only 450 meters away. So let's zoom into this Artisan Precinct, which is our latest release. If you look at the hub here, so the hub is actually the business and entertainment center. Is 3.5 story high. So what is going in here? So rooftop barbecue fire pit that you can book through your app on the phone. You don't have to talk to anyone. You can book the place. And we've got 2 dining areas that you can book for birthday parties, celebration with a chef kitchen that you can use. And we have got 2 stories of, we call it the hub, workspace or work lab. That is where you can work from home, but not at home. So we have got hot desks, meeting rooms, meeting areas that you can book to meet your friends, or even meet your people that you want to have business meetings with. But I think the other usage is the university students can do their assignment or thesis there. They don't have to go to do it at home. And we have got an indoor cinema, 12 seaters for your movie nights, kids party after that movie nights, in the cinema, no problems at all. And lastly, I think Henry missed out, which is the games room. We've got pool table and karaoke screen that you can sing along with your friends. So it is really, really cool. Yeah, so all this, again, do I need to pay? No, it's because it's part of your body corporate. The beauty of buying into a master plan is because there are a lot of people sharing with you so that you can use a lot of facilities. So this is one of the major amenities. So what is the other major amenities, which is a health and wellness center right here? So this one is 1,008 square meters. So 1,000 square meters, what do we have here? 3 indoor lap pool, 3 outdoor 25 meters lap pool, 2 onsen spa, steam sauna, Pilates. So just imagine you go to Bali, it's like a 6-star resort center. But you don't have to pay. You can use it anytime. Not only you can use it anytime, you can even use your app to check if there's too many people there. You don't want to go this time. You want to go next time. So you can even check how many people is using the facilities. So these are the things that you can use. So zooming into Cubic House. So Cubic House is just right here. So if we're talking about convenience, it's really convenient. Walking distance to the shopping mall, walking distance to the food precinct, restaurants and everything. And of course, close to everything else. So let me go in. Cubic House. Need to show you some photos. Importantly, amenities. I talk about this is the amenities. This is the outdoor pool. It's so unique. It's because it's actually underground, but it's outdoor. 3 outdoor 25 meters lap pool. Techno gym, really state of the art. You can even do virtual reality with a friend in another country if you want to. This is the Zen room, meditation room. This is the indoor swimming pool, wading pool. This is the, this is my favorite. This is the onsen spa. You do nothing and just soak yourself in. And this is how it looks like. And this is the one that I was talking about, the business and entertainment center. This is the one that you can use the hot desk, the meeting rooms, the indoor cinema, the games room, and of course, the rooftop barbecue and fire pit. So it's really nice. Look at this. This is the dining area that you use for your parties, gathering, anniversary. You can book, no cost at all. And this is the meeting areas. Hot desk on the left-hand side, middle is the meeting area, and right-hand side is like the lounge area that you have your business talk with your whoever business partner. So this is the games room. And this is the food precinct that I was talking about. So Scott Pickett, Michelin star restaurant owner, he's going to help us to bring in the right people. So it's going to be high-end, not your ordinary restaurants and cafes right here. And we've got 25% of parks. So we've got 4 parks actually for you to go to, even do your Tai Chi in the morning if you like to. So let's see, Cubic House. So how is it like for Cubic House? So Cubic House, obviously the name is called Cubic House because it's cubic light. It's at a corner. And then the interior is very special. It's because Cubic House has got a winter garden. So what is winter garden? So winter garden is actually a balcony that is enclosed, but of course with openings, windows that can open. So that means you can use it 365 days because, you know, Melbourne can get a little bit too cold or a little bit too warm. But with this enclosed area, it's actually really, really practical and usable. And people, especially those people who like to grow plants, they love it because they can grow plants and without the bugs and the strong wind right here. So only lower floors up to level 4, you have got winter garden. And only Cubic House has got winter garden at this moment. So how about the color palette? So always we come with 2 color scheme for people to pick from. People like to choose dark scheme or light scheme. So if you look at the color scheme, it's really evergreen. It will appeal to most people. It's because these are all natural colors. If you look at it, it's just that you like it a little bit darker or lighter. So this is a kitchen, light, dark, and light. I personally like the light one. I feel that it makes the house look a little bit wider. So these are the interiors. Quickly show you. And how about the plans? Yeah, so this is what we call, this is the Changi 3D plan. We need a little bit of time to load it. So when it comes to apartment selection, a lot of people, they might have in their mind, they know what they want. Some people, they think that I only want north facing, west facing. So if you know your direction, your feng shui, so maybe it's easier for you to pick what you want. But if you think that you have got no idea where to start, I can roughly tell you what you can start with. So if you're looking at something that you want to have CBD view, you need to look at those that is facing into the western side of it, because western side, this is the western side, you are looking into the CBD on the higher floors. So higher floors, we will get a view of CBD. So you can pick anything from here. So if you think that I would like northern sunlight, which is here, so northern sunlight, easy, just pick anything from the northern side right here. And of course, people like me, I don't really care about the aspect or the direction. What I care is about, I love the inner courtyard. I like to look into the inner courtyard is because I feel that when you look in here, it's like looking into your own garden that you do not have to maintain, actually. So this is actually not small. This is 1,700 or 1,700 square meters landscape area. It's gorgeous. It's beautiful. If you look at it from here, you walk to just now that one, the shopping mall, Coles, Aldi, medical, pharmacy, everything there. Or you go through here to the food precinct, restaurants and cafes. And if you look a little bit closer, this building has got a void that you can go through. From here, go through to the back to the courtyard. And why we do this? Because this is so when we do this, you can go through here and go to the paper trail. And what is paper trail lead to? Paper trail actually lead to the Health and Wellness Center. So you actually can walk across straight down to the Health and Wellness Center. So everything is well thought of. Everything is planned. Nothing is by mistake, actually, I would say. So let's zoom in a little bit. So also property selection is really entirely up to you as well. So if you know your direction, you know what sort of view you want, then you can come to what floor. So if you naturally like high floors, then you just pick one from high floor, from what direction, depending what budget you want. But if you ask me, I like something on the ground floor. Why the ground floor? I will show you why. So ground floor right here. For obvious reason, I like ground floor is because of the terrace area. If you zoom in, so this is a one-bed apartment that I'm going to show you. It costs a little bit more. It's simply because if you look at the internal area, this is 52 square meters, but the terrace area is 24 square meters. Half of my property is out here, which I love, because the whole point I live in Melbourne is because I love the special weather, which is cool and nice. And it's amazing for me. It's like my own single-story townhouse. That's why I like all this. But of course, you know, it depends your preference again. Right here. Okay. And then, oh yes, one thing that I need to emphasize, I need to show you one photo why, again, I like those that facing inside. Like this one, facing inside, guess how it looks like? It's like this. It's so nice. Look at that. Now you know why. See, if you're looking in, I feel that, you know, I get a lot of serenity. It's quiet, it's peaceful. I look into the inner courtyard, and of course, maybe I shouldn't say this, you know, those that are looking into the inner courtyard is a little bit cheaper also. So for me, if I want to buy something for maybe investment or to live in, I might want to pick one of these, because I think this inner courtyard view is guaranteed and I love it. Oh, I better don't sell so much, you know, so right here. So maybe that's all I should be saying. I hope I didn't talk too much.
No, it's very nice. I'm very attracted to the plans that you show.
Yeah, because I love it so much.
No, we're not done yet. There is still something, a bit more. Stay with us. Think Fiona, this slide we
Yeah.
talk about resale, in Yarra Bend.
Yeah, I need to talk about this because a lot of people ask about how about secondary sale, or you call it sub sale. So what, can I make money or not? Capital gain, I can tell you confidently, a few of these actually I help to resell it, okay, resell it, and easily, even before even you settle already, people asking anyone selling or not. Always people ask me, anyone selling or not, anyone selling or not. So you can easily make money simply because we never price it too high. Okay, we always be fair, and then always you get a capital gain. I think capital gain is actually, to me, it's not the most important thing. Most important thing is if an investor, you want your yield, your return. So as I already mentioned before, I have got a wait list. What else I can say? A wait list to rent your property. Where got people got wait list? So wait list again. What are these people? They are not uni students, of course. Mostly, some, of course, because we are quite near to a few universities like Monash, RMIT, Deakin. All these are not too far away because they feel that if they put their children here, it's better than putting them in the city because we said it in Cantonese. They say city sometimes a bit zap. Is that how you said it?
Yeah.
Yeah, but here is proper. They know my kid will get good food, or even food court food, or there's a shopping mall. They know it's safe, and they've got amenities. You want to use the amenities, you can use. You want to do your assignment, you know where to go to. So this is so good. But other than that, a lot of them, they are actually from medical industry. So we got very close to a few private hospitals, and these people, they want to stay also close to where they work. And these are the people that actually is renting all these places. A lot of professionals, they're all white collars. So that's why there's a lot of demand. So don't think that COVID is gonna destroy everything. And no, people still need a place to live. Okay. Yes.
Yeah.
Now, at this point, Fiona, I want to take this opportunity to debunk a myth or a common question.
Yes.
Why? I mean, besides, we know that there are local Australian investors, but is it true that the local Australians, they don't like to buy off the plan, and that translates to be an opportunity for our investors? Going back to the first point, as in the local Australians, when they buy, they only look into the resale, a completed house, because they can feel the wall, they can touch the surface.
Yeah, that's why auction here is such a popular thing. I think in Malaysia, Singapore, what auction? That means lelong, is it? But here is no, because you're right. They feel that, wow, I cannot see anything. I think it's about culture. People in Hong Kong, they love to buy off the plan. They call it lau fa or lou hua. So they feel that, there's period of time that they can save some money, and with minimal investment, they can get a gain at the end. But for the local Aussies here, they want to feel safe. So that's why, which is good, it's like, wow, they only buy completed, meaning we always have a secondary market. Yeah, but they love open inspections, because they feel that when it's completed, they can compare prices.
Okay, I think that there shouldn't be any problem for the Singapore and Malaysian clients. We're also accustomed to VVIP preview of project launches, which is also, off the plan, is not built yet, things like that. So, or even our government subsidized HDB is also BTO, is built to order. So it's also, off the plan. So we are accustomed to that. All right, so let's move on. Jeff, maybe you can, sum it up, round it up what we have talked. I think today's webinar is very, very exciting. So help us round out a few points.
Yeah, sure. So I think after going through Fiona's sharing, I think a lot of us fall in love with the whole master plan development. So rather than the master plan, actually our investor also, there are a few points, a few boxes to take to start into why now is the best time to invest. Yeah, so in Australia, actually, the current interest rate are the lowest we have ever seen, which is at 0.1%, which is a very, very low interest rate you can get. So this is also one thing now is the best time. A lot of locals, they are buying into the market. A lot of first home owner, they are looking into the market because of this also. And then another point that you can look at is property cycle, because as for investment, we always look at the property cycle. So at the moment, the major city like Sydney and Melbourne is actually on the they have passed the downtime. So they are actually just bottoming up and then start to climb back starting beginning of this year. So this is a very healthy cycle, so that you can look in the pricing. There will be more opportunity for capital gain, opportunity for the capital growth also. And another thing is the gauge of the local market, which is you can see here the auction clearance rate, even though they are having COVID, they are having lockdown, so they are back to peak in Melbourne itself. So in the last few weeks, actually, they are about 80 to 90% clearance rate in the auction market. So you can see that out of the market, there are more than 900 unit in the auction that actually sold 90% of it, yeah, in the one day on the Saturday itself. And this is a stats that showing actually the capital city auction rate also back to the peak, back to the pre-COVID period. So the major, I think average in the Australia whole city is actually 80% clearance rate. And another point that actually I think Grandview is very generous to offer our client to link into this current release in the cubic house. So there are a few incentives they are offered by Grandview. And the first one, which is the first tenant rental guarantee. But I think this is not an issue for the cubic house, because as Fionna mentioned, there are a long queue of waiting list to rent, to lease in the Yarra Bend master plan itself. And also the second incentive that actually the client are getting is the blinds. Actually, the blinds is the most important for those investors to put in the apartment, because in it's different from Asian. Actually, in Melbourne, in Australia itself, all the apartments come with all the fitting and fixtures. So it's considered a move-in unit. So the only thing you need to renovate in the apartment to rent it out is only blinds. So this is provided by the developer. So there is no extra cost for you to put into your apartment to rent it out. Yeah. And the third one, which is the most important one also, in their FIRB application fee for our foreign investor. So it's below 1,006,350. So this is also absorbed by the developer. There will be a rebate of 6,350 at the settlement by developer as well. And so with the offer, so as I think Fionna has shared what's her flavored unit. So here we have come in with two unit that we would like to show and showcase to our client today, which is this is the unit 303, unit level 3, which is it has the window garden. You can see here, this is the window garden, the layout here. Window garden, this is a 1 bed, 1 bath, come with a 1 car space as well. And this is looking towards the west, which is towards the CBD view as well. And this is pricing as 515,000. And the total area, including the window garden, which is very practical, is 63.5 square meter. For a 1 bedroom, 1 bath apartment, 63 square meter is actually a very, very spacious unit for a 1 bedroom. Yeah. And as Fionna showed the picture, I think the window garden is very attractive. So as you've seen earlier, and this is the other cheapest unit we can get in the apartment area. So it's a 1 bedroom unit, is looking into the east. So it's looking into the inner courtyard, which is a beautiful courtyard that you can look into, is and permanent. And 1 bedroom unit as well is from 420,000. Yeah. So this is with 60 square meter of space in the apartment itself. So which is a very, very nice choice unit from us. Yeah. And I think that's all. And then we are no doubt actually we do have some 2 bedroom unit and other aspect of a 1 bedroom unit. So we can show you more, and then we can talk about more about the details with you another session as well. Yeah. Okay.
All right. So thank you, Jeff. I think today, right, Q&A session today, but we have some pretty easy questions. All right. So let's start with I think Mr. Tan is asking how much are the outgoings, the body corporations? Fiona?
Oh, very, very good. Only it depends how big is the apartment, but I would say around $3,000 a year. Yeah, so which is good.
But this includes all the so-called membership or the access to the
everything you can use.
free Wi-Fi to the
park. Like the resort style of amenities.
So you live like a queen or a king in the resort, but you only pay $3,000 a year, and people will maintain all the landscaping, your common areas, which is fantastic, you know.
So the booking of the meeting rooms, the software,
everything except for your private personal trainer. Yes, correct. You're right. Masseur, need to pay for yourself.
Okay. All right. Now the next question: are we able to walk or cycle to the CBD?
Oh my God!
I think there's a route.
There's an existing trail.
Yeah, there's a trail.
Yeah, there's an existing trail that a lot of people cycle to the CBD or to the suburbs. It's only 6.5 kilometers away, or you jog. So like my boss, she jogged every weekend to the CBD and come back with her little puppy.
Wow. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, that's easy. We have this Mr. Lai is asking, what is the Victoria stamp duty like for foreign buyers? Jeff, you like to take this?
Yeah, sure. So I think for the local Victoria stamp duty, for at the moment it's actually the same with local or even foreigner. It's 5%. It's 5% of your purchase price. Yeah.
Okay, but to add on, I think foreign buyers there is an additional 8%.
8% for foreign, yeah.
For foreign buyers.
Can I add on? If you are holding a PR or TR, the tax is actually based on the land price, not the whole purchase price, because you're buying off the plan. So that's why Southeast Asian people, they like to buy off the plans, because the stamp duty is much lower if you are holding a PR or a TR status.
But the other condition is they must is for own use, right? It's for owners occupied.
Yeah, can be your first home or your own use. Yeah, just use it for a year, only 12 months. Then sell it later.
Enjoy the amenities there.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, and probably last but not least, when is the completion for the project? I believe he's referring to Cubic House.
Yeah, so it's going to would be, we are looking at mid of 2024, I think, which is fantastic. It's off the plan. You have a lot of money to organize your finances and have enough time for capital appreciation. Let the market recover. Yes.
Okay, to add on to that, just want to share something of the presentation. We mentioned about there are residents already moved in. Probably they really enjoy the earlier price, but for those investors or buyers who is still procrastinating, waiting, sitting on the fence to see how the market goes, I tell you, if you wait longer, the price is going to go up.
Yeah, don't be like me. I regret every year. Every year I regret. Every year I'm hoping the price to fall, but it's impossible, because you need to understand, I think everywhere in the world, location is good, never come down.
And not forgetting the earlier movers, right, they have the advantage, but the amenities are not complete. So to add on, by then the Cubic House and is completed. The other shopping village will be completed. Yep. The health and wellness center, the food hub, everything will be completed by then. All right.
So you're right. So that's why I always emphasize to people. They say, "Oh yeah, 5 years ago these people buy must be a lot cheaper." I say 5 years ago, poor people, they need to go through all this construction site forever, every day and night. But you now buy into it. Cubic House completion, when it's completed, you know that everything is completed. So just imagine if you buy 3 years later, you are buying a matured community, how much extra you want to pay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And sometimes I joke with my customers that if today we were to introduce a brand new master plan right from the start, then we have other skeptics that said, will this even take off? Will this even be realistic, to happen? But this is already happening. It is, continuation. The construction is going on. Is going to complete in the next few years. And probably we take the last question for today's webinar.
Yeah, I think that's the last.
Yeah, Mr. Chi is asking for the ground floor without car park, how much would it cost to rent one?
Or buy one?
Buy one. I believe Mr. Chi is asking whether is it possible to rent or to buy a car park. I think this is an easy answer for Fionna.
You want to buy 60,000? If you want to rent, you need to ask your neighbors. Yeah.
Okay, on this point, what we advocate to our buyers, if you can, all right, choose a unit with a car park, all right, because it will help in the resale. If you were to compare a similar unit, one with a car park, one without car park, really go for the one with a car park space.
Absolutely, yeah. The car park comes with the storage as well.
Yeah, and speaking of car parks, that reminds me of not forgetting we have the other current launch of the Yarra Park townhouses. You have your own garage space. It can be a single or double garage. You have your own terrace on the 4th story because the Yarra Park townhouses are 3 and 4 levels. So do inquiry with us. I believe our contact. Oh, we kind of missed our one missing page. But no worries. For today's attendees, for our fans, customers, we will get in touch with you. Yep. All right, we will check back with you because we have this offer, this very limited time offer, and really the exclusive deal with the townhouses as well. Do speak to us when we call you. All right. So with that, I'd like to thank Fionna for taking your time to spend today's afternoon. But I believe it's evening there right now, 5:20.
Yeah, 5:20. But absolute pleasure, really. Thanks for having me.
All right, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you, Jeff. Till next time.
Thank you, Jeff.
Hey,
thank
bye.
You.
Bye all.